Welcome back. We're going to keep going with the show. I have a bad little kitty back there running around, but that's my only distraction. I think it starts out with more interview, so we'll see if the captioning's how it all works today. We'll go from there and continue on.
Rami Osovase. En Ronnie Ivry. Merci.
It was fair.
Merci.
It was unique.
Alfonsina y el mar.
Dans un instant, on va entendre une chanson magnifique, La Différence. On a souvent dit que vous étiez très sensible à la cause gay. J'ai envie de demander pourquoi.
C'est plus qu'une cause que je porte. Pour moi, c'est plus une incompréhension, en fait, une espèce d'indignation parfois. J'arrive pas à comprendre que parce qu'on aime quelqu'un, on puisse faire l'objet d'une discrimination, d'une injustice, d'un rejet. Voilà.
Mais en quoi ça vous touche?
Ça me touche très personnellement, parce qu'un jour dans ma vie, j'étais très proche d'un garçon merveilleux, auquel on a tout enlevé parce qu'il aimait un garçon. Alors, on lui a enlevé l'entreprise familiale, on lui a enlevé tous ses droits,
I just got in the middle of a thing with a politically charged debate on this issue. And it turns out I side with the young man who used to clean up the alleys, who went town to town signing up people and registering voters. And if he meets a nice boy and wants to spend time with him, what the hell do I care, because his actions outweighed his choices? Am I... You do you. Now, there are fringes of every orientation that take everything too far, and I think that's where the debate goes. If we're talking about a place like where we live, where you can actually do anything you want, there's not even 1,000 people in town, but nobody cares about your lifestyle choices out here. Maybe other places for sure it's bad. I don't know. I don't live there. But St. Croix River Valley is incredibly progressive. There's cat boxes in the schools already out here. So, just to be fair, no offense, and I understand, especially if you're an artist, the amount of dancers, backup singers who may have alternative lifestyle choices or sexual preferences. Probably a lot, according to comedy and Broadway. So, just in case, we want to clarify that it's not like some uncomfortable subject I just want to go away. Don't actually think it's a inappropriate subject at all. As long as you do no harm, you're cool. It's when you hurt people and use lifestyle choices as a shield to protect, let's say, immoral behavior, and then basically loving someone isn't immoral. It gets complicated, doesn't it, in the real world?
Il a enlevé son bien-être, sa famille, surtout sa famille.
Sa famille l'a rejeté.
Complètement. Voilà, une culture particulière qui est un peu celle du Sud. Et du jour au lendemain, il a tout perdu. Et je me souviens être rentrée à la maison.
It's funny because this story goes along with what Scott Pressler's going through. And all of these people that technically his actions benefited want to throw some sort of righteousness or religious... Oof, I got all kinds of issues there because I love Jesus, but I think a lot of his followers are hypocrites. They wouldn't understand morality if it bit them. They understand regurgitating talking points that have been propped up as a, well, let's just say human control mechanism. I don't think a heavenly sent mandate. But that's me, you know, I'm probably condemned because I'm a little more open-minded than the next individual. Maybe we'll make this a bonus and just attach it, so...
Il y a longtemps, et avoir écrit cette chanson et la lui avoir portée comme un petit médicament
would I
sucre, me disant voilà, ça c'est ma façon de voir les choses.
Vous l'aviez écrite spécialement parce que vous aviez vu son rejet.
Pour lui, ouais.
Oh,
Quand vous
yeah.
le présentez.
I think they're just a lot more tactful in their conversation, but they decided to have the conversation anyways. I'm willing to express myself. I have no problems. And we've been supporting the Squirrelkin Spirits. I mean, you want to dress up in a squirrel suit because that's your thing? Cool. If you gathering nuts and playing in the woods and that's as far, cool. You're not hurting nobody. You're weird. But that's cool. I like weird. That's it. You harm none. Do what you will.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Il m'a dit que pour lui, cette chanson, c'était, ça lui avait sauvé la vie. C'était une sorte de...
That's awesome.
C'était pas une démonstration qu'il aurait dû se battre, c'était une forme de courage induit par cette musique et par ce texte. Voilà, il m'a dit, ce texte pour moi, c'est du courage. Tu m'as insufflé du courage et je vais l'emmener partout. Et il me dit, tu sais, il y a quelques jours, je pensais pas rester. Voilà. Il parlait d'un départ un peu drastique. Et cette chanson m'a motivée à rester.
I get it.
M'a donné
Yeah,
le
this will
courage
be a bonus. I'll make this a bonus because I'm going to have to. Because here's where the complication comes into this whole deal. I was just watching something, and it was a city council meeting. Now, a lot of people don't like this individual. Oh, he even got it partially demonetized probably for it. But as we're having this, my music gave me the inspiration and courage to save myself or do what I wanted to do. We do technically live in a world.
If you
All right, now this is we're really into bonus material here. I probably won't even put, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I started out, we're watching Miss Fabian and Fred the Water Bongo guy last time, and this is the universe telling me that what I do is definitely not listen to just a good singer. Because right away it went into the interview portion of the show at the concert. And the interview portion, they're, talking about gay rights, which 100% cool. I expressed myself already, so you heard that. And I got no issues. Now, Asman here, people don't like him. That's fine. I don't care who people like and don't like. That's why I'm doing Miss Fabian when I'm a Slayer, rap, thrash metal, whatever channel. Because Miss Fabian, well, Igor Krutoy, I think that's right. And his stable of musicians is very, very impressive. And the thing here,
I need the city to protect me because the federal government won't. And if
outside of that direct, I think, misinformation, because as far as I can tell in this country, that's all it's been is protection. Those two things, what I was listening to and the fear and courage and inspiration that Miss Fabian was talking about, and the real world we live in now, they're two completely different places. I'm 55. If we really lived in a world where people were getting hunted in the streets, none of these couldn't take place. Or the amount of security and the individual self-proclaimed on the spectrum and other things struggled to hide their lifestyle from their Uber driver because they were ashamed, even though it's totally permissible to go to a school and read to the kids. We're not going to pretend ignorance is bliss. There's been nothing but open arms and acceptance, and the perpetuation of there is somehow a roof that certain groups are getting thrown off in the United States. That is just some crap. Now, are you trying to pass off a lie onto a straight person, get caught, and get your ass whooped for it? That's where a lot of the numbers come from. Yeah, you'd be in danger forever. It's never going to be okay to lie to your partner and then slip them the sausage and say, whoops, sorry, I slipped and my dick went in you. Oh, you're not gay? Cool. Who cares? That's a girl penis. Do we understand the ridiculous nature of where we're at? Because the build up to where we got to was the imagery of the horror and tragedy that Brokeback Mountain the movie is. The assault versus the true story that gets told, and those times existed. But what we need to do is wake up to the world where it's safe to be about anything you want. Well, not in religious extremist countries, but it turns out you're not allowed to say that. I think the focus should probably be on the majority of the control system that finds it blasphemous, because the Christians 60-40 split with you already, babies. You could go to all kinds of gay churches. They get to get up there and yell at Trump. If it was that dangerous to exist, you wouldn't be running churches. We'd have the Inquisition. Oh, historical context for this discussion exists. All I'm saying is we're going to hear this one point, and we're going to see about who needs courage, because I think I need to protect myself from trans terrorist cults.
You think you're afraid of Trump? You should see how afraid of Trump I am.
Can you wrap up, please?
Yeah.
Jesus. Can you just wrap it up? Yeah.
I can. If you say that you're afraid of Trump and that's why you don't want the city to be a safe space for trans people, you better prepare for trans people to make this a very unsafe space.
I'm shaking. So the problem is, outside of perception, I've been through at least 15, golly, we'll just go with 4 to 6 years of this being as socially acceptable as anything I've seen. Where if I thought contrary to it, I could lose my entire platform. And I've made it clear that you can run around in your squirrel suit. You can have your girl on girl, boy on boy. You can have your threesome experiences. I don't care. I would be a complete hypocrite if I said that shit ain't cool. Been there, done a lot of it. Lived alternative lifestyles. I was wild and totally on the other side of the game. But we have decided, and I've been talking about it for a while. Thanks, Quentin. Thanks, Foot Fetish. And kudos and nasty appreciation to the necrophiliacs we use to juxtaposition fetishes and appropriateness for the social contract. Because that's where we're really at. And pretending like that it's, wow, some of the courage needed would be to control your own tribe from going stupid. Because as far as the social contract goes, as far as I can tell, you made it. Looks like you made it! In almost every walk of life. Nobody cares about your dude wife. But it's our kids and all that strife. I'm just saying there is a problem. And the problem isn't with the people pointing it out. The problem is with the direct threats and action that the cultists. Because that's the thing. very few regular people, whether they be straight, gay, or squirrelkin spirit, have time for the activism they're busy working and creating, which we now are discovering was the strongest economy in the entire planet ever. So strong that they could rob us blind and we just bent over for it. Well, there is a connection between it all. I'm not sure. I am going to call this a bonus and go back to Miss Fabian and get on with the show. Holy crap. This is not what I expected.